Welcome to the webinar of the things that every business owner should know about websites or owning a website. I'm Nathan Romano. I am the CEO at publiexpert.com, and I want to welcome you to this amazing webinar. What we're going to cover are who am I and why should you care? How do customers reach you? Who is Google? If you don't already know, why should you care? What does Google want from you? What does the customer want from you? And how to give the customer what he wants, which in turn will make more sales to you. So who is Nathan Romano? I am an all-around nice guy. I'm a techie with over 22 years experience in technology, websites, e-commerce, and more. I've worked with some of the best internet marketers out there, like John De La Vera, for example, who made Delavo, one of the smartest and best internet marketing centralization systems available. So how do customers reach you? How it used to work in the old days. You would find a media, and you would buy from that media an ad. So let's say you put an ad on a newspaper. So from the people that purchased the newspaper, let's say if the newspaper has 5,000 papers in circulation, you would potentially have 5,000 people looking at your ad, but that's not actually true. From those 5,000, some of them will not find your ad, some of them will not find your ad interesting, some of them will not be a fit for your ad, and in the end you would have about 500 people, maybe, doing something related to your ad, being contacting your company or purchasing your product. Now, the way it's working today, people search for your product or service. So let's say that you sell couches. If a potential customer is looking for a couch, he would either look for it on a website, on social media, or on an app. So in the old days, you would try a shotgun approach, shoot many ads in many ways to try to hit a customer. And nowadays, the customers are looking for you. It's a reverse approach. Now, who is Google and why should you care? And how does that tie with how customers reach you today? Google is the most important search engine today. And by the most important, I mean globally. It's the most used globally. It also is the means to get found by today's customers. They will look for you in doing a natural search, typing a couple of keywords like sofas, and you would get a result. And in that result, they can find your website, or through paid ads, which are called AdWords or pay-per-click ads, which means you put an ad inside of Google, and when people search for the keyword sofas, your ad would display, and if it's of any relevance to the people seeing the ad, then they would click on it and they would go to your website or your offer or whatever it is that your ad is programmed to do. Now, Google is also the law. Why is it the law? If it's the most used search engine, and that's the way you get found, then whatever rules that Google have are the rules that you need to abide by. You need to comply with whatever Google wants. So Google has laws that one has to obey in order to get listed right. Okay? If your page does not meet the needs or the criteria that Google has for websites, it will not display your website properly, or it won't display it at all. Many people are unaware of such laws, and they fail to take advantage of the most important resource to get discovered by new customers, which is Google. Let's give a real-life example of what a website is. I like to extrapolate the information because a website is something that is not tangible. You cannot touch a website. So it takes a little bit of an effort for some people to understand what it involves. So in this case, I'm going to extrapolate the website into the pizza example. Let's say that you go to a restaurant and order a pizza, margarita pizza. What do you expect to get? Okay, you probably are expecting to get what you see in the picture here, a pizza that has the ingredients of a margarita pizza, which is tomato, cheese, some extra sauce and some stuff like that. Okay, how long would you expect it to take? A pizza should not be taking longer than 1 hour to make, and I'm taking a long time. Okay, generally a pizza could be ready in 15 minutes, 15, 30 minutes tops. You wouldn't expect it to take 3 hours, right? You wouldn't sit at a restaurant waiting for 3 hours to get your pizza. And how do you expect your experience to be? I assume you would expect to arrive to a nice restaurant where everything is clean, when you can sit down and you have clean cutlery and you have a clean plate, and you can eat in a nice environment, be treated nicely, and charge accordingly, right? That should be your experience. You expect that. If everything as I described fails, then your experience would not be good, and you would probably not finish either buying the pizza or eating the pizza or staying at the restaurant. Now, besides the things that you expect as a customer, there are other requirements that the restaurant has to comply with in order to be a restaurant and to be a working restaurant, which is complying with the rules and regulations of the place where the restaurant is located. So every country has some kind of an organization, an authority that goes and checks restaurants to see if they comply with the rules, if they're clean, if they have fresh products, and if they follow the rules of the place where they're located. So you have, as a restaurant, you would have to comply with the customer and with the rules and regulations of the place. What happens if you come to the restaurant and they fail to deliver the pizza on time? It comes in very late, 3 hours late. Would you wait? Would you pay for it? If it comes cold, would you pay for it? If it doesn't have the cheese, would you pay for it? What happens if they just bring you the basic stuff? If they bring you the dough and the raw cheese and the tomatoes for you to cut and tell you, here's your pizza. Would you accept that? Would you be able to agree to pay for that? And what happens if the restaurant does not follow the rules and regulations that authorities are looking for? If the restaurant it's not clean, and the prices are not right, and whatever rules and regulations that the place have are not met, they would probably be shut down, right? So in either way, failing to deliver does not mean good business for the restaurant. So let's go back to talking about websites. What do customers want when they're going to your website? They basically want to reach a website that has what they're looking for. They don't want to take the time to find it. If it's not right there, they're not going to look for it. They won't wait too long for it to appear. If the website does not load fast enough, they won't wait there for it to appear. And they most probably will leave without you knowing who they were and what they wanted. Now, what does Google want? Google is the authorities in this case. Google wants you to follow the rules. Google delivers quick and reliable information. That's what they do. If they don't, people will stop using it. It's no longer a business for them. Then it is in Google's highest interest to deliver websites that are fast, which can be measured through page load or speed grade, reliable, which means the website has an SSL certificate, and has the information that the person is searching for. Now, we have not even started talking about the ads. Google has some more criteria in order for your ads to show, but it's also related to your website. So when we tie it all together, from the real life example, your business is a pizzeria. The pizza is your website, and the authorities is Google. If your website does not have all the things that one expects it to have, you fail. If your website does not load fast, it fails. If your website does not have SSL, it fails. And in the end, if your website is not relevant, it also fails. So these are some tips of things that you need to know. Cheap websites are not necessarily good. A website can look good, but it's not going to be functional. It not necessarily will comply with Google's rules. Cheap and shared hosting is most likely not good. Again, if you want speed, you most probably won't get it with shared hosting. SSL certificates are highly important. Google right now requires all websites to have them. Content is extremely important. If the content of your website is not good enough, it just won't work. Google will not like it, and the customers will not like it. And sometimes hiring a pro to do the work for you is a good investment. The time that you can waste trying to figure things out by yourself or hiring people that are cheap are not going to bring you the results you want. In the end, everything is about return on investment. If you put some money in and it doesn't bring you money back, then your return on investment is negative. It doesn't matter if you spend $1. If that dollar does not get back to you, then it's a bad investment. But on the other hand, if you invest $10,000 and you get $20,000 back, then your return on investment is an amazing thing. Okay? So you need to consider this. Sometimes investing in a professional is a good idea. So I'm going to tell you where to get everything you need and how to set up everything you need for your website to be a functional and fast website. Now, if you already have websites, it doesn't matter. I can help you change whatever you need to change in order to comply with Google in a fast and cheap way. The first thing you need to do is change your hosting or hire a new one in order to make it 1200% faster. That's the one that I'm going to recommend to you. And yes, it's not a typo. It's 1200% faster than what you right now most probably have. You need to make sure that your domain is at the registrar that I recommend. Why? Because some registrars block you. And that becomes a big problem. When someone reports your domain, and we don't really know what those reports contain or why your domain can get reported, your domain can get blocked from 6 months to 1 year, and your entire business can go down the drains. So, to avoid being blocked, you should have your domain at the registrar I recommend. You need to follow the course of setting up your website with me so I can show you how to take advantage of the CDN to speed up your website even more. Yep, we can make your website even faster. I will show you how to get SSL for free. SSL is what I mentioned, the certificate, the secure layer certificate that Google is requesting. People are charging between $200 and $500 a year for this. Okay, so you're going to get this for free. All this and more will be given to you free of charge if you sign up to the course below. The website is webinars.publiexpert.com/website. I'm waiting for you there. All you have to do is put your name and your email, and you will get instant access to the information. And the information, as I said, is going to be free. So, see you there. I'm Nathan Romano by publiexpert.com. So see you there. I'm Nathan Romano from publiexpert.com.